Coaster Chall YouTube channel. Thank you for doing this for us today.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me, and thank you for coming today.
Oh, fantastic! It was brilliant. As you'll see in my review, it was brilliant. So, what encouraged you to come up with the show? What sort of began the process of the Curse of the Witch and come up with the idea for the show?
Well, the York Dungeon, as all dungeons, are really keen on creating shows that reflect something that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
They've got to be local stories. And talking to the team, it sounds like the real creative team wanting to do a story that hadn't been told that much before.
Yeah.
Now, we have spoken about Isabella Billington in shows, and we have done shows based around her, but this time we wanted to really get into the nitty-gritty of what her story was. Not just that, but we also wanted to really scare people. So the fantastic creative team, the actors, the performance supervisors, and people from all over have really worked hard on making this, I'd say, probably our scariest show ever.
Yeah, it certainly was. And what sort of encouraged you to go on the basics and effects, like moving parts? You don't want it to be a high-tech show. What sort of gave you the inspiration for it not to be such a high-tech show, but still giving effects by getting back to the basics?
Well, one thing you need to know about everybody who works at the York Dungeon is we're all really weird and really into creepy history, and a lot of people like those kind of old school magic techniques.
Yeah.
And, you know, we love the big spectacle shows, but sometimes, especially if you're wanting to get into that primal fear, the more basic you can keep it, the more you can focus on the performance and those little elements that really put it together. I think then you end up with a really strong show that really affects people, because I mean, you know, if you watch a film and there's a lot of CGI in it, it could be a great film, but if they're trying to scare you, you're probably not going to be that scared because you know it's all just an effect. Yeah. But if you watch something that looks completely real, it's got puppets, it's got very simple techniques going on, then that's going to affect you a lot more, and that's what we're trying to go for here. We really wanted to get people in that sort of, that primal fear, that moment when you think, oh my goodness, all bets are off, I do not know what's happening right now.
So am I right in saying no shows were replaced by this? Because I'm sure I've heard that Margaret Clitheroe replaced the Richard III show and sort of enhanced that. This was in a location where a show didn't previously be located, am I right?
Yeah, you know, we've done seasonal shows every so often, and this is the space that we would use for the seasonal shows. This is now a permanent show.
Ah, brilliant.
So it's not replacing anything. What we never want to do is take anything away, so what we're now doing is enhancing the experience. You know, we encourage new people to come and visit the York Dungeon, but if you've been before, we always make little tweaks to the existing shows, and we've also got this brand new show in, so come along and you will see something like you've never seen before.
So penultimate question, how can we encourage people to come and experience the new show? What would you want to say to sort of encourage new people to visit the York Dungeon for the first time maybe, or visit the new show for the first time?
Well, you know, we'd encourage people to come along because we want them to experience our attraction, we want them to see history portrayed in a unique way. It's a lot of fun, there are some thrills, there are some chills, there's a lot of laughs. But with this show in particular, we want to encourage people to challenge themselves, to face their fear, and really, you know, it's not a long show, but in some ways you lose track of time. You lose track of time, you know. I'm struggling what to say about it because it affects you so much, and I've seen it very recently. We've got loads of content going on our social media at York Dungeon across all the different social media platforms. We're building up to this show. We've got information about what else is coming on, and that's also will take you through to our website. That's the best place to book the tickets because they are selling very quickly, especially since we've launched this.
And final question, because I know you mentioned there's more to come perhaps. Is there anything you can tease about any potential new plans, or are they still very much in the early works?
It's not they're in the early works, just that I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to keep it a secret. But what I will say is this is not the only time this year that we're going to be trying something completely different.
Ooh,
so keep your eyes peeled. We will of course keep you informed.
Thank you.
And next time we've got something going on, you're going to come back, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be following the developments of new productions and new shows. Well Ben, thank you very much for coming down to us today.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.